I want to run through a couple of things real quick before we get our best guest speaker comes on. I want to talk about income producing activities. Income producing activities. A lot of people, like you say you're busy, but you're busy doing what? If you're not doing the things that's going to generate income in your business, like you probably need to reprioritize your time when you work in your business. Sometimes people say they're working the business, but then they're doing these income producing activities. Now, look at the work in the business is really doing income producing activities. And guys, there are 7 income producing activities. I'm gonna run through them real quick, just so you know. If you have a pen and paper, definitely want to write this down. You definitely want to take notes on this, because these are the activities that you should be doing when you're working your business. Number one, the first income producing activity is making lists of names. If you don't have a list, you won't have a business, because your list is your inventory, the people you're going to contact. So making a list, that's the first income producing activity. And if you notice, it says making lists of names. That means you can't just don't make one list and done. You're always expanding your list. You're always adding people to your list. You're always meeting new people to add to your list. It's never one list. This is a continuous process. This never stops. Making lists of names is your first income producing activity. Number 2, setting up appointments. A lot of times, and some of you guys probably experience this, you bring somebody in, they make a list, and that's it. This ain't gonna work itself. You have to actually reach out to people on the list and set up appointments to go share this information. So the second income producing activity is setting up appointments, right? Number 3, actually doing an appointment. That means you're gonna show someone the information. The third income producing activity is showing somebody the information, whether it be a 2-on-1, one-on-one, travel party, phone exposure, a Zoom webinar, push play, however you want to do it. Showing somebody the information, that is an income producing activity. The only way you can get somebody in the system is like you show them the information, right? So definitely number 3, doing an appointment. Number 4, create a follow-up list. Now, a lot of people missed the boat on this one. And if you think about it, most of us on this line, I'm sure, didn't join the very first time we saw the information. So with that said, obviously somebody followed up with you when you got started. So if you're not following up with your people, you're definitely doing yourself a disservice. So number 4, the 4th income producing activity is creating a follow-up list. And the 5th one kind of goes hand in hand with the 4th one. You have to actually add people to the follow-up list. Right? So as you show people, you're going to add them to your follow-up list. For example, if you show somebody, say, all right, they're getting on Friday or calling back, whatever, you're going to follow up with them. You're going to add them to your follow-up list, and you're going to contact them on a date when you're supposed to contact them on. One thing I do, I created what I call my list the Us Haunting You list, an update list, if you will. And when somebody tells me they're coming in or they got to think about it, whatever the case may be, I add them to this text list. And every time somebody joins the team, I might text and say, okay, 2 people just joined the team in Jamaica. Okay, 1 person joined the team in the UK. 2 other people joined the team. So I keep dripping on them to let them know what's going on, what they're missing out then. And then I'll follow up with them at a later date. And it's people who been on this list and reached out to me, say, yo, how do I sign up again? So you definitely want to implement a follow-up list in your thing. Number 5, 5th income producing activities, add people to your follow-up list. Number 6, this one is super key. When a sale goes in the system, everyone hears about it. Let me say it again. When a sale goes into the system, everyone should hear about it. So when you sign somebody up, you definitely want to add them to your team groups. Like we use Facebook and GroupMe. Some people use Telegram, some people use WhatsApp. But you definitely want to add your people to your team group. And you want to shout, you want to welcome them to the team, and you want to tag them as well. Sometimes people shout out people in the group and don't tag them. So the idea is for them to see it and see all the people welcoming them, all the recognition and all that. And so you definitely want to add people in the group, tag them, and shout them out. Everybody knows about it. Some people when new people get added to the group, you don't say anything. I know that's real silly because we have to play team, guys. If somebody get added to the group, everybody should be welcoming that person to the group, making that person feel welcome. Because you know what? When your person gets added to the group, you want the same exact thing. Excuse me. You want the same thing from your teammates. So you got to do the same thing. Let's play team. Anytime somebody gets added to any group, you definitely want to welcome them to the group. Another thing I do is I send a text message up the line. For example, when somebody joins somebody's team, everybody gets a text, congratulations that your team has grown. My voice, excuse me. Yes, I apologize about that. But when somebody joins the team, everybody gets a text, congratulations, your team has grown. And what it does is it might get somebody who's not doing anything re-engaged. And plus, if somebody has 30 people on their team, they're less likely to give it up because, you know, they're like, if they have 30 people on the team and they haven't done anything, imagine to start doing something. So you definitely want to incorporate that in your thing as well. And recognition is big because I always say definitely celebrate what you want to duplicate. So when the sales go into the system, number 6, everyone hears about it. Number 7, and this one is super important, get your team to the next training event. The 7 income producing activities, get your team to the next training event. Guys, the reason why people don't join this is because they don't believe they can do it. That's the only reason why people don't join it. Because if you think about it, if somebody believes that they can join this thing and make $100,000 a year, why wouldn't they join? If somebody think they can join this thing and start traveling the world for free, why would they not join? The only reason why people don't join, regardless of what they say, is they don't believe they can do it. The only reason people quit is because they don't believe that they can be successful. So in order to build a big team, you have to cultivate belief. Now, one of the main things to cultivate belief in this idea is these training events. So this is very super important. Get your team to the next training event. And it starts with you first committing to be in the next training event. Because, you know, people do what you do and they don't necessarily do what you say. So definitely get to the training event and definitely bring a bunch of people with you to the training event. That's the 7 income producing activity.